Hi, it's Mama Rose, and it is March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I am ready to make, Mark and we have our yerba mate tea in the morning that Mark makes with the French press. And then we'll have a cup of coffee, and usually mid-morning. And then we had our breakfast, which we don't always eat, about 10:30 this morning. And I'm ready to make our drink for the day. So usually I'll make at least one of these a day. Sometimes I'll make two if we're going on a trip or a drive or just out to visit someone or to run errands. I always make sure that we have plenty of stuff in the car to drink, because if something happened and we couldn't get home in time to get refill, then I want to make sure that we have fluid at least, because you can go a long time without food, especially if you're a carnivore. Than you can without water. So one of the things I wanted to start out with showing you, and I'm going to go ahead and just put the camera down, and this is so easy, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I use for my drink. So this is Ultima, and I like this brand. I ended up settling on this brand a long time ago, and they have different flavors. Let's see, I have raspberry, I have cherry pomegranate, and I have blue raspberry, which I really like. Whoopsie daisy, lighting isn't good. I really like the blue raspberry. Let me move that over. Maybe that'll help. No, bad lighting today. All right, well, I can't do anything about it right now, or I'll have to stop. Another thing that I use is this magnesium right here. This magnesium powder. Now you want to go light on this magnesium powder, unlike the Pico magnesium that I use. Let me grab that so you can see. I get this from a lady that I order online. Her name is Dr. Carolyn Dean, and she wrote a book on the miracle of magnesium. And if I'm using this magnesium, it's not as doesn't have as great a laxative effect, because it's really absorbed 100%, whereas the powder isn't. But this has a flavor in it, which is a benefit to me, so you're going to see how I use it. Now, I always start out with putting ice in my stuff. And of course, ice is important because it's the water that I'm going to drink. So, of course, I always use my drinking water to make my ice cubes. I have an ice cube maker in my freezer, but I do not use it because I don't know what the filter situation you rent is or anything, and I just want I use John Ellis distilled water. Okay, I'm going to make noise now, I guess, for my ice cubes. But whatever you do, that way when they melt. Now I usually will use 2 ice cube trays sometimes to fill this, but today I'm not going to. So Mark gets some ice. I'm going to take some of his ice, because he doesn't really care about the ice. And he can drink a drink lukewarm and be happy with it. I like it really cold. So I have my water, of course, that we've distilled, our John Ellis water we've distilled. Let me get my lemon juice. Now we get lemons. We've been getting lemons from California, so Mark will go ahead and do the lemons like this. He'll juice them and then put them in a mason jar, and then I can go ahead and do that. Now you don't hear, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to go like that. I just want a little bit of lemon in here. That'll help my body clear itself of oxalates, from what I hear, which oxalates are things that build up from eating things with oxalic acid that we've eaten over the years, or that are in like spinach and almonds and things like that, and we, to purge our bodies of them, or if we're eating them, to deal with them, dairy like yogurt or kefir cheese or kefir milk, or things along that line, and lemon, that will help purge the body of that. But there, I digress. So gee, what flavor will I use today? I think today I'm going to do cherry pomegranate, because I got a lot of that, and I lost the scoop, so it looks like it ended up in here. So these are electrolytes. Okay, let me put my glasses on so I can kind of tell you what that is. There we go, electrolytes. And so electrolytes are things that help our body because we're so electrical, to communicate, and they're just really important. So I'm going to go ahead and put at least one nice full scoop in each one of these, okay? And if you're economizing on this and you just want to get it so that you get your electrolytes every day, then just do 1 scoop. Now, as far, that was, what was that? That was cherry pomegranate. So I'm going to use raspberry lemon to go with that. Now, I'm not going to put very much in Mark's at all, just a little for flavor, because he does not need anything to give him a laxative effect. Me, on the other hand, I tend to be on the constipated side, but I only use like 3/4 of a scoop, all right, which is pretty good because I feel like I need it. So I'm kind of doing this according to what I feel like I need. And then all I do, I've got the lemon juice in there, I've got my electrolytes in there, I've got my a little bit of magnesium in there. You don't want to put the Pico Magnesium from Carol and Dean if you get it in your drink, because it'll ruin your drink. You want to take it another way, but not in your whole drink. Believe me, it's, if you've ever put baking soda in tomato sauce because it was bitter and put too much in and ruined your sauce, that's exactly what's going to happen. So, and then what usually happens on these is I will give, here we go. I'll give Mark his to stir up because it kind of does this. You're supposed to put it in room temperature water and it fizzes up and then you drink it, but I don't like to do that. I like to just put it in my drink. That's going to flavor my drink and then taste it a little. Now, if it's a little tart or a little not enough sweetness, you can either add more of your powder or you can do something like this. So I have these little water drops. And that's just what I usually do. 1 little squirt of water drop in each one. And that kind of just, it sweetens it and it gives it another raspberry flavor. Okay. Now that is so yummy. So that's how I make our drink. Now if you want to go another step further, if you're having trouble with your hair or your nails or you're just feeling like you need some collagen. I've been doing collagen with bone broth, and apparently it's not enough for me. I need more because my nails were splitting, the ridges that were starting to go away, especially in this 3rd finger. It actually was splitting down this way. I was getting a little worried. So I thought, well, the only difference is that I'm not eating the collagen anymore because I was just depending on the meat and this bone broth for extra collagen because I am going to be 65 July 1st. So I also wanted to, so anyway, I've started to put this into my diet again. I bought this big thing of it yesterday and it's going to go a long way. They've got some new packaging, but this has the 5 different collagens in it. It's really a good one. And so anyway, I've been doing that. I've been putting it in my sweet things, which I'm going to make a video later that has my cannoli pancake, I'm going to call it, that's going to be in there. So you'll see that. And so I kind of added that to the batter to give it a little bit of substance. And so that's a good collagen to use, and it gives you a double benefit aside to having something good. And I did want to mention that on the Ultimas, they do have the little packages like this. And when you get them on sale, you can get them for 75 cents each. Right now, I think they're 95 cents each. And but you know what? If you go into a restaurant, you happen to go to a restaurant and you get a glass of ice water, maybe get with a slice of lemon, maybe. You could do that, squeeze the lemon in it, or ask for extra lemon. And then to sweeten it, if you have one of these packets in there, I do this with Mark and I because there's so much ice in the glass, not a lot of water, that I'll open one of these and I'll put half in mine and half in Mark's. And then we have our electrolytes, and we got a sweet drink. And normally we just drink the water with the lemon, but it adds a nice little extra to it. And when I go out to eat, I always have my tea bags with me because they don't have my organic tea bags like my ginger, and I want to make sure that my stomach is good. And especially if it's cold, you want to put something warm in your tummy when you sit down and getting ready for a meal. A cup of ginger tea is the perfect thing. So I'll ask them for a cup of hot water and make sure they don't microwave it. A cup of hot water, and then I'll make my ginger tea there. And so, but I wanted to show you, and those are some of the drinks that I use, but I wanted to show you, this is Mark's, and he'll probably drink this really quick. Me, on the other hand, I put mine in this, and I carry it all over. If it tips or dumps or anything, it's not going to hurt anything. If we're going for a walk, I can stick it in a backpack, and it can go sideways, and it's not gonna get hurt. And the ice will stay good for probably 2 days. So sometimes I'll just refill it at the end of the day. I'll put more water in it, another scoop of that in it, maybe a little more lemon juice, but no more magnesium, because otherwise I won't be able to do very much of anything that's away from home, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to taste mine now. That's really good. In fact, it's a little, oh, it's really good. It's got my tart. I don't have to do anything to it, because when I taste it, I can taste the sweet. The flavor that I put in it, the flavors, because I did put almost a whole scoop of the raspberry lemon in, that was the magnesium, and I put a whole scoop of the cherry pomegranate. As I'm telling you about it now, my saliva glands they're working overtime. I mean, my mouth is filling up with that, when you've eaten something tart. So what happened is I got the flavor and the sweetness of the drink, and then as soon as that kind of passed, right up behind it came the tartness of the lemon, and it stayed, and it just filled my mouth with just juices. It was really good. So this is a good one. Now, I don't have a measurement, so every day it's different. So that's the big thing. I'll give Mark his, and he'll say, oh, this was a good one today. Or, oh, he always says it's a good one. But some days it's more than others. And I prefer it on the tart side. I think he prefers it a little more on the sweet side, but he does like it tart as well. So anyway, good luck with making your drinks. Drinks are so important that you get your fluid in you. And this is a good way to get it in you without having sodas or anything like that. And so anyway, I encourage you, if you are drinking sugared sweet drinks like sodas, or even sugar-free sodas that have other than stevia in them, or even if they're carbonated and with stevia in them, try to get as much away from that as possible. That's Mark's phone going off. Somebody's messaging him or something. But anyway, try to do that as much as possible. Get back to as much natural. And if you're thirsty during the day, try just getting a glass. If you like drinks cold, just for the heck of it, just try to do like a little experiment with yourself and try to get some ice water, or however you like water, and just drink 8 ounces of it. 8 ounces is just a cup. It's not very much at all. And when I say a cup, I'm not talking about a whole cup. If I were to take a cup of this and put it in here, it would probably only fill it halfway. So a cup is not a cup. It's a measure, and it's 8 ounces. So it's not very much. Get out a measuring cup and measure it and see how much it is, and you'll see that's so easy to do. And if you like things cold, put it over ice, drink it, and then make your drink for the day with your electrolytes in it and stuff like that. So give your body a chance to flush itself of any oxalates. The lemon in there helps do it. And if you do eat anything, that has any kind of oxalates in it, which, you'll have to check on that yourself, but hopefully you're not eating spinach or almonds or any of those things, whether you're keto or carnivore. If you're carnivore, you're not really eating any of those things, but if you're keto, you might be eating tomatoes or almonds or spinach, kale, chard, things that are supposed to be superfoods, really good for us, have a lot of oxalates in it. And if you're sensitive to oxalates like I am, then you want to make sure you stay away from those if you're keto. And if you're carnivore, of course, you're not going to do that at all. But you want to make sure you do get your electrolytes in there. If you don't need them, your body will just get rid of them, and so it's not going to you're not going to overdose. I carry these with me everywhere I go, and sometimes I even share them. Well, you have a great rest of the day and enjoy your drink.